Yes, repeat your
Yeah,
question. Yeah.
it's just like why do we use exactly a page object model? What is the main purpose of using page object model?
Okay. So page object model we are using because of identify our element, and we can use different our element locator. Okay. Whenever you have seen earlier, like there are multiple way to write. Like see this our login page. Okay. So in login page, for each page we can categorize specific location or locator of the element in the page. Like see this for login. So if suppose in future some changes is come to login page, so only we can come to login, and the login page should only be need to enhance something or change something specific place. So we cannot touch another page. Like see, suppose example, in a page generally we are having registration or create account, you can say. Second thing will be login, forget password, forgot user ID. Okay. Then there will be features, lot of feature we can say into our application, like feature 1, feature 2, feature 3. There are 3 4 kind of features. Okay. Suppose we like get live example of suppose uh, Paytm. So Paytm is having a feature like mobile recharge. Okay. And another model will be like DTH charge or some merchandise product something, product order, product something. This is called our merchandise section. Okay. So this is suppose how much, how many models we have? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Suppose this 7 model will be there. Okay. So if suppose we are not using page object model, so what we have to do? We have to collect all object in the particular page in one place. Okay. And whenever we got change, then we can go that location and change the respective element. But here, or we need to see, there will be depend upon our creation of test script or a framework. Basically this is used for framework. Whenever we are using page object model, so page object model will generally use for our developing a framework whenever we are developing, because we can sometime we can get id, sometime we can get name in particular element, sometime we can use xpath, sometime we can use css selector. So that is a way where we can use all this element locator. So the page object model will help us to identify those element by id, by name, by xpath, by css selector. Otherwise, if suppose we are not using page object model, so we have to focus only with some specific locator like xpath or css selector or id. So we can avoid those situation where we can only stuck with, or only we can use xpath or css in our page. Okay. So if suppose we are not using page object model, so this will be main thing required whenever we are uh, developing our framework. So at that time we can focus only for either XPath or CSS selector. I will give you both example today during the creation of framework. Okay. So your this doubt will be clear.
Okay.
Okay. So today we'll start our main topics, you can say our main things. And before starting those things, I would like to ask entire syllabus whatever we covered till now. So do you have any query or any problem in between? You are practicing in your place. So if you are having some doubts or anything, so just you can let me know. Then we can start our another topic. The today main important topics to create a framework. How do we create framework? What is a framework? How can we build? What are the components will be there? How the structure will develop? Okay, so everything will discuss today. No query?
Sir, I had queries in that multiple function program.
Multiple function program, multiple this one, multiple function program. Okay, where?
Uh, in that, actually, we had not done that multiple browser that we were facing issues. So you had said we'll do it next time.
Multiple browser is I executed that day only. One second. Multiple browser. Where is it? Multiple browser. Where is it? This one, na? This was na. We had done. We had already executed that thing. This is our.
Sorry, multiple. Uh, we had done multiple window, right? That HDFC
Yes, yes, yes,
bank.
yes, 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 yes.
Then multiple browser, like what is the actual use of multiple browser here? Like we'll be executing it in different browsers.
Yes, for compatibility testing, browser compatibility testing. For that purpose, we can use multiple browser, as well as also whenever you would like to distribute your test case with a different browser. Suppose you are having 10 test cases, and 10 test cases are 1000 test cases if you are having in your system, and you would like to execute those all test cases in single uh, time, same time. So you can parameterize or you can configure at that level where your test script will execute at same time with a different browser. Like see, 250 test case you define one browser, 500 test case you define one browser, and another 250 browser test case you can define in different browser. Suppose three browser in your system like Internet Explorer, Firefox, or Chrome. So you can distribute those test cases with different browser with the help of Selenium Grid. Okay, we discussed this last class also. And also, if suppose there's only three browser, if suppose you are having five browser, like two additional browser you are adding in your system like Safari and Opera, so you can distribute those 1000 test cases into divide of like to 200 test cases, one browser, 200 second browser, third browser, like that. So this will be help you to configured your browser, and test compare browser compatibility testing you have to done.
But in our multiple browser function, we haven't inserted any code, right? Then what exactly will be executed in it? Like there is no action which we are performing inside that method.
in this method in this
Yeah.
method in this
If
method is performing like this. See, parameter getting from browser, like the parameter we are calling the browser coming from here, this testng.xml site.
okay.
Browser we are defining here, browser name is browser and value is Firefox. Okay, so this browser, the parameter we are calling the parameter tag we are calling into this our test before test annotation. Here the browser will come to string as browser is our Firefox. Okay, so browser is coming from our test.xml, and this is a equal to our browser. So here it will find, there will be if condition, if this browser is equal to Firefox, then it's come to here, then executed this driver, it will execute with Firefox browser. If suppose our browser is called Chrome, so come to this condition, if browser is Firefox, no, equal is ignore case, then go to next next condition, else if browser equal to ignore case Chrome. Yeah, Chrome is okay. So browser is equal to Chrome browser. So come to this section and execute it according to this instruction. So it will launch Chrome browser with this path, and after launching the browser, we can start our execution.
But sir, like now, if we suppose if I have kept my above methods, which are above multiple browser, like screenshot, my drag and drop test, if I have enabled those also, I have kept them test enable equal to true,
Hmm.
right? So during execution, those codes will be executed first, then it will come into this multiple browser method.
No,
Then
no, no,
again
no,
it will
no,
check.
no, 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 no. See, so if suppose you like to execute your any specific function, like you are saying, like multiple window or drag and drop or web tab, anything, okay? So all those things you have to define to your test.xml. Here, which test case you would like to execute? So like see here, we define our test case like multiple function. So we are directly calling our class. Okay, so right now here, whatever test case we would like to enable equal to true, that will be executed in different browser according to our see right now, we are calling only our main class. This is our package name and this is our main class. Okay, so inside this class, whatever test case we are having, like see, there's a screenshot catch-ups and the multiple window or this web table or desired capabilities, web, anything will be there, drag and drop. Okay, so if only we have to do which test case you would like to execute, so we had just enable equal to true, so those all test cases will execute with all browser. Like first it will be execute with Firefox, then it's come to then it will be execute with Chrome, because we are calling all, we are calling here class to execute a class. This class will execute with different browser. If suppose we are coming to this inside this class and we are saying test, suppose we are defining here any specific method name, okay, or any class name, so it will only execute those method only. Okay, I will give you example. Okay, so it will cover into this today session.
Okay. So we have to create this XML file,
Yes, yes, you have to create. Yeah,
or
yeah, yes. You have to create this XML file, because here you can write anything, any method you have to write, any order. Because see, here in our package section, whenever you are creating some test case package, in this package you can create lot of test cases, .java classes. But here it is displaying as a alphabetic order. Okay, like see this money, MOMUACAC, they see. So let's see here, this is displaying as a alphabetic order, but which test case you would like to execute first, so that will we can manage into this test.xml section. Okay, we can write like this. See, so our test case parameter is written last of the class, last class. So suppose we would like to execute before this multiple function, what we have to write? We just paste here test parameter, only that thing, and it will execute first. Then after that it will execute multiple function. Okay,
now where is our multiple function in this XML file?
multiple function is this is we are calling class.
But yes, right. But in that multiple function, where have we defined which method will be executed first and which will be executed later?
So for that, in multiple function, which will be first, which will be later. So for that we have to prioritize. Here everything will be right now enable equal to false. Suppose we are putting two thing into true, like see this is our true. Okay, mouse or function I am putting is a true. Okay, and drag and drop also we are putting this false now. Suppose this is also true. Okay, now see, your question is suppose two method is true, so which method will be execute first? Okay, so for that, as we discussed in last time also.
No, no, no. I know that we'll define the priority based on that it will execute.
Yes.
But when I have kept my multiple window method also true, then
Mhm.
how will the multiple window call methods above that which have already been executed if I have to execute those in my separate browsers? That is my question.
Repeat question once again.
If I have kept my drag down drop test as true,
Hmm.
and the method which is above that, suppose mouse over,
Yes.
okay,
Okay.
and my multiple window method is also set to true,
Yes.
then when my multiple window code will execute, it will check on which browser it is executing.
Yes.
So if it is in my Firefox browser,
Hmm.
it will execute with Firefox browser all
Hmm.
the methods.
Hmm.
And if I want to execute in other, suppose in Chrome browser,
Hmm.
then how it will execute, since
Okay.
that methods are
Okay.
above those methods.
Okay. 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 So you have to see. We would like to execute your test method with respect to browser. Okay. So in this class, inside this class, you have to create a one test method. uh, Method includes like that. So one test method parameter we have to initiate here. And in Firefox browser, suppose you like to execute multiple window, and the Chrome browser you like to execute your another method, so you can just put here those name. So which method you like to execute in Chrome, which method you like to execute in Firefox browser, I will show you. Okay, I will show you that thing we can cover into our today's session also. Last lot of things we can cover today. Whatever doubts you are having will be clear. Okay, because we are generating, because all this question you are asking that's come into our this advanced topic, which is a development of framework. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see how we can cover develop our framework. So before going to how we are developing our framework, I would like to say and define you first what is a framework, what are framework we are having in our testing cycle. Okay, so see, this is one PDF which is created by some colleagues. Okay, and also I'm also have developed this thing. So first, this is having all information about our test automation. What is test automation, as we discussed earlier, and why we are doing this automation, and where does test automation fit in our software life cycle, and why we are using testing framework, and also shift from waterfall to agile today. Whenever we are developing any framework, so that will be developed into agile approaches. Okay, so deviation from. Okay, so what is our test automation? We discussed earlier also. What is a test automation? Test automation is used to software uh, to execute test and then determine whether the actual outcome and the predicted outcome are the same. For example, Windows Vista offer pre-application volume is turned down. Like, see, this is one example. And also this one approaches, where does automation fit in the software lifecycle. So whenever we are getting requirement, so the design phase, implementation, and testing phase, we can in design phase we plan for our automation, how many test cases will be there, how many cycle will be there. So everything come into design section, writing test case, and the test case you would like to configure, how many functional test case, how many non-functional test case will be there. So which kind of test case we would like to automate. So that thing will be covered into this section. And in testing side, we start execution of our test script, whatever test is with us. And after that, why do we need test automation? So as you know, we the test automation will help us to increase our efficiency, you can say. And also company would like to reduce his cost, official cost. And also we can give fast feedback to the development team. And we can retest our application multiple times, because if suppose we do manually, so sometimes we can hesitate to work, lot of things we miss. So reducing those kind of activities, we have to use some kind of automation tools, like either that will be Selenium, Qtp, Jamit, or Renorex, whatever tool available in the market, and what tool we are using in our organization. So according to that, okay, so we can reduce our manual testing and the discard defect manually. They cannot expose, and although also manual testing error prone and the time to consuming process. Okay, and existing test can also help us to understand what portion of the desired functionality has been implemented. So there is there's the one standard process where we have to follow, because human being we cannot follow always one process, one steps, whatever steps will be there. So time to time we avoiding those step and jumping from one step to another step, but our automation script will not avoid any steps. It will execute according to defined order. So that will mean difference between us and our automation tool. Okay, so this is purpose to requirement of test automation in this organization. Okay, and also it will reduce our time for regression testing, and the unit testing also help to do development side as well, because some automation also help to do fast UAT. UAT guys also, they can test his application after giving sign up of QA or tester, so they will also use this automation tool for UAT purpose. So using testing framework, test automation having such frameworks. So what is the testing framework? So testing frameworks are more especially a testing automation framework in execution environment for automated tests. It's the overall system in which the test will be automated. Okay, and also you, as you know, what is a framework? So framework call is a set of assumption, concept, and practice that constitute a work platform or support for automated testing. Okay, so there are a lot of set of assumption, concept, and practices, and some structures will be there in our framework. So framework will responsible for designing the formal in which express our expectation, and creating a mechanism to hook into our in hook our all in hook to drive the application under test AUT, like what application we are having executing the test, and after getting a completed execution, it will report, generate a report. And also time to time we do escalation metrics, where we can, if suppose randomly we are getting error in specific area, specific page, so the escalation also we can create after if suppose we are getting number three times in same error, so it will send report to some respective senior person. Then after three four times, if suppose we are getting those errors, so it will again move to some higher level. So that kind of escalation metrics also we can pull it out there. And whenever we are getting error, so that time we can get a report through mail or SMS or through any other medium. Okay, so properties of a testing framework. So it is a application independent and easy to expand and maintain for our execution. Okay, and this is main important why need testing the framework. So you can just go throughout this. If we have a group of testers, and suppose if each project implements a unique strategy, then time needed for the tester become productive in the new environment to take long. And also to handle this, so we cannot make change to automation environment for each new application that come along. So whenever we are having this will help us if suppose we are having similar kind of application with us. Okay, similar kind of application with us. So for those situation we can create a framework like C, a framework having different types like modular framework, data driven framework, keyword driven framework, then hybrid framework. So hybrid framework is a combination of more than one framework. These three, either it will be modular plus data driven, or modular plus keyword driven, or you can say data driven plus keyword driven. So it's become our hybrid framework. So what is the data driven, what is a modular framework, what is our keyword framework? So we'll see one by one. Okay, so what is a modular framework? Modular framework is built on concept of abstraction. So abstraction means only there will be one linear process, you can say, for modular testing. This involves the creation of independent script that represent the module of application under test. Whatever we develop since, and that's called your modular testing frameworks. Like see, in our multiple function, we had created our this in multiple function is has seen the different URL we put it there, and we had written as per our requirement with the different method. So this is come into our model framework. Okay, in modular framework value is hard coded, and URL will be there. Just you have to enable and disable which test case you would like to execute. So that's come into your modular framework. So that example is from your modular framework. Now where is it? Yeah, so that's come into your modular framework. So this involves the creation of independent test cases, independent script that represent the module of application under test, and that model is run or used in hierarchical fashion to build large test cases. Okay, thus it build a abstraction layer of component to hide that component from rest of the application. Thus the changes made to be other part of application do not affect that component. So accordingly we can create a module. So what we have to do, we can just suppose this is our one module, and suppose for that we had created one package. Okay, suppose this is our application package. This is one package name, and these are different model like registration, app login, forget user id, forget password. So for that we have to write this one separate function for that individual script for all this thing. Okay, so inside that for that we have to just write single test case like see basic program if is about see this our first Selenium script like that. So here we had write our browser launch, then we had test our create account. So this is our separate function. Okay, so like this we have to create our individual test script for each model of our application. So that is come to our modular framework. Okay, for example of this, you can see to demonstrate modular framework to use calculator program. Consider basic function of calculator such as like subtraction, multiplication, division, which are part of our standard view. So we can script for this function as like main window. So this is example like see when you just windows set contains caption equal to calculator like see. So this is press 5, press 10. This is one normal flow, push button click, and the object index will be. So the object index 10, this is his location. Okay, this is 10, 20, 14, 21 is the object index, and that's the location of the particular button in the calculator. Okay, Like see, in similar way we can create a script for subtraction, multiplication, division at the level of hierarchy. You can so driver script and the standard view and the scientific view. So this is a different our models. In standard view generally we are getting addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, equal, like that. And the scientific view, if suppose we are changing our mode of calculator, so we can get multiple love functions as well, like sine, log, and a number of root, so percentage, and lots of features we can get inside this. So driver script is top most level of hierarchy, which contain the script standard and scientific view. So driver will be there. So this is example actually for qtp, where we can subman, but concept will be same. What is the modular framework, what is our data driven framework, so that the concept will be same for each model. So what is the advantage, what is the disadvantage? So advantage will be that modular division of script lead to easy maintain and also accessible for automated test suite, and functionalities available in easy to use test libraries. So creating new driver script for different tests is easy and fast. So here we can manage very easy way. If suppose we are having changes in registration, so just we have to change registration, and we can just use forget password, and whatever impacted area will we have to cover a very in a easy way, like only we registration. So if suppose we do some registration changes, so we have like password is there allowing 6 letter or 8 letter, if suppose there will be special character should allow. So the impacted, we have to analyze where will be impacted areas. So if suppose we are doing this thing, so after registration it's come to our forget password section, and in my account section there will be change password section will be affected. So those affected area we have to cover very easy way and maintain. So in script level we can go and solve those issue, whatever changes will be there in our new enhancement, new requirement, so we can update as per the requirement in our defect, our impacted area. So the directly we can go to module and open the module test script, and we can easily change. But main problem will be there, the main problem with modular framework is that test script has have test data embedded in them. So there are hard coded values, so we test data need to be updated, we need to change some code, become big problem. Because suppose we if suppose in login model also our registration, if suppose we like to do 100 user registration or 100 login test, suppose we would like to do, so we can't. In modular framework, for that purpose we have, what we have to do, we just copy paste number of times. Suppose what is the our main function, we have to write like driver dot find element, and the username, then send key send key function will be there, and some value we have to pass, then this will be, suppose this is our username. Okay, suppose this is our user id, we are so, and this is our password. Suppose in modular framework I am talking about, in modular framework we have to develop like this is our password section, and then we can click. So the button, the sign in button or login button, whatever will be there, so the command will be click. So this three line, if suppose we are, whatever line will be there, the according to our operation, like in gmail, if suppose we are moving to, then there will be, you can see first we have to enter the username, then we have to click next, then we go to password section, enter password, then click sign in button. So there four step will be there, but here suppose generally three step allowing to log in number of websites or number of web application. So this, so this is a one user, this is one user, this three steps for one user. If suppose we are using 100 registration, 100 login, so what we have to do, we just use 100 into 3 equal to 300 line of code we have to use for modular framework. Okay, so this is very you can say theoretical work for doing this kind of activity for 100 user, what we have to do. So for this purpose, avoiding this kind of activities, we have to use some data driven testing framework. Some data driven, like, see, our operation will be same, but our data will be different. Okay, our operation will be different, same, but data will be different. Like, here we got example like the username will be one, password will be password, and click user to come there, it will. So user id will be unique, password is also unique, only we are changing the value of the send key. Okay, so 1 2 3 4, then his specific password, then we can click. So this operation will be same. Like, also we are in real time example, if suppose moving on. So you can take example of our rail traveling, bus travel, or air travel. So for process, standard process set for all passengers. Whenever we are moving to some one location to another location, so we have to first we have to check the status of the train inquiry counter. Then we can go to the booking counter, where we can take a purchase a ticket with respect to our destination. Then we can move to the platform, then wait for train, then kept the train, then we can left out from the station and drop away from our next destination. So for all passengers, this is one process. So the process will be same, but individual passenger will be different. Okay, lots of passenger will be different. So for that purpose, we cannot use modular kind of framework. So avoiding those situations, we can use some data driven kind of concept. So only we can change the data, we should not change any our operations. So data driven is the best one. So data driven testing is where the test input and expected output result are stored in separate data file. Okay, so normally in a tabular format, it will be covered, so that a single driver script can execute all the test case with multiple set of data. Okay, the execution set test script will be same, but our data will be different. Okay, so that come to our data driven testing framework. So driver script contain navigation through the program, reading the data file, and logging the test status information. So this is example, like, see, this our data file might be your normal text file, or it should be excel file, or it should be your database, or it should be ms access, anything. So data will be stored in our, either that will be external part, or it will be also in internal part. Okay, but data will be separate. Okay, so data file will come to our driver script, then it's come to our actual output, and also we can compare with our expected output. Okay, so that's come into our data driven testing framework. Okay, so here in calculator example, whenever we are adding two number, okay, so plus operator, the process will be same. First we have to enter one number, we have to press one number, then we have to press operator, then we have to press second number, then we have to expect equal. So that thing will be same for all, either multiplication, either subtraction, either division. Okay, so this will be our data driven framework. Or if suppose you like to use some login section, so I will show you the different example of this. Now we can see our modular framework, we can see example of our data driven framework, then we can see our keyword driven framework. Will one by one we can come there. So what is the advantage and what is the main disadvantage of data driven testing frameworks? So advantage of data driven testing framework, this framework reduce the number of overall test script needed to the implement all the test cases, and less amount of code is required to generate all test case, offer greater flexibility when it's come maintain and fixing of bug. Okay, So this is the main advantage you can see for data driven testing framework, but there is some disadvantage also will be there. So what is the disadvantage? If suppose the test case created are similar, or creating a new kind of test require creating a new driver script and that understand different data. Okay, the test that data and driver script are strongly related that changing either required changing the other. For this purpose, keyword driven testing framework has been introduced. Okay, so this will be very important difference between main disadvantage you can say for data driven. If suppose we are having same kind of data and but operation will be the same also, the test case created similar and creating new kind of tests require creating new driver scripts. So sometimes we have to require some new driver and they use different data. So at the time what we have to do, first is registration is one part. For registration or for login we can do login and registration, this is a separate part. Okay, for so we cannot use those registration and login in the same way. So for that what we have to do, we have to create some different driver for that. For registration we can set a different class, different driver script, and for login we have to create some different script we cannot use together. So avoiding those kind of activity for every time, what we have to do, see the send key function, this object, the operation, and uh, the object. What we are doing here, we would like to use this all function is single time. Okay, again we are creating, like see this user ID is one column, second is this column, this is for our login section. For creation, suppose first name, last name, then date of birth, email ID, that will require in our account creation section. So again we have to create this, and a number of times we have to use this kind of command. So what we are saying here, we would like to use, once we would like to write the function of a specific command like type send key, and once we would like to write for click. So click event whenever we require, so just we can call those and it will be perform that particular object. So that will be not possible to data driven. Data driven will always help us to test our application with multiple set of data. Our operation will be same but data will be different. So that time we can use this data driven testing framework. But whenever we like to use our object, single object with multiple activities, so sorry, single keyword with multiple activities, it will not possible with data driven. So that's come to our keyword driven. So we'll see once again. I will give you live example, so it will help you to how we can differentiate between data driven framework, keyword driven framework. Okay, what is the main difference between these two, we'll see in our practical example. Just this is the only conceptual. So first you can, I am explaining you what is our data driven, what is our keyword driven, then we can see into our practical side. Okay, now see this keyword driven framework. Keyword driven framework is an application independent framework utilize data table and self explanatory keywords to explain the action to be performed on particular application under test. Not only the test data kept in file but even directly telling what to do, which in the test script and is pulled in external input data file. And also this directive are called our keywords. The keyword based testing is an extension to data driven testing framework. So the keyword action and test data, it's together and give input to the driver script and come out to with test results. Okay, So then what is the keyword like? To demonstrate the keyword driven testing, we take action performed by mouse when making calculation. We create a test table, a map action performed with mouse on window calculator application. Like say window column represent our application to which are perform mouse action. Control column represent the control we are clicking, like see grid. And so this will be live example. You can see, like see, this is our window. Window is what is window? Calculator. Control, then action, and this is our argument. This is our data. Okay. So this is a push button. What is the? This is a push button. What we would like to do? Click. Push button where we are clicking. What is clicking? 2. Again come to push button. Click 2. This is verify result. So this is a tabular format example. We'll see one by one. So it has all the advantage of data-driven framework, and automation expertise is not required to maintain or create a new set of test case. Keyword are used across multiple test case. Okay, so this is main advantage of keyword driven, but also there is some you can say disadvantage will be there. The main problem is that is require a more complicated framework than data driven framework. Okay, with the keyword driven approach, the test case get longer and complex, and this is due to greater flexibility and not that is a approach offer. In, in order to combine and strength of all frameworks and mitigate their weakness, we use hybrid testing framework. So what is a hybrid testing framework? So we can move out. So hybrid framework means there we can use combination of modular, data-driven, and keyword-driven framework. Okay, so all these three modular, data-driven, keyword-driven will come together and create a script. The combination of framework help the data-driven script take advantage of libraries and which usually accompany the keyword-driven testing. So driver is it is our modular framework, and the function library what are creating, and this is our data file. So data file come from our data driven, and this script we are creating the function library is coming to keyword. So this test script creating for function library and data file, this together come into our keyword and data driven, and this modular will be separate. So it's totally called as a hybrid framework. So the combination of these three framework we are calling as a hybrid framework. So hybrid framework will be for calculator, suppose the test script will be there, driver script will be there, environmental variable will be there. Okay. Yes, Divyesh. Okay. Okay, so this is a help us to do this kind of activities. Now comparison between what is main advantage and disadvantage is sort table. So what modular framework, it will modular approach, reusable function, hierarchy structure, and data test data within a script and limit user dependent software, improve maintainability easy. So this is a tabular format advantage, and disadvantage you can see with different browsers. Yes, Divyesh. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, what I was asking is, in our hybrid framework, what will be coming under that function libraries?
Functional library.
Yeah.
Function library means all functions. I will give me some time. You will understand all function. Function library means in keyword section. In keyword section for clicking, click event, for your mouse. So whatever you are looking here, in multiple function. Okay. in multiple function you are looking here for radio button clicking, drop down, mouse over, click event. So we are creating this kind of function in one class, that's called our keyword. So all the functions, so they here always we can store our function only, then no, nothing will be there, only function will be there. What are the function in our application? Like click is one function, mouse over is one function, drag and drop is one function, drop down element selection is one function, mouse over is one function, multiple window handle one function. So these kind of functions will store in one place, that will be there. So this means that is there's a function library. Okay. And now why we are shifting from waterfall model to agile? Okay, so this is actually conceptual, and this will be required to we do not see the working version of software until late in waterfall model lifecycle. Problem may be more costly to fix in this phase than they would have been is early in life cycle. Okay, so this will be very agile is very fast, and today market is required our agile approach. Test automation with agile methodology has advantage compared with our traditional life cycle. Testing is done throughout the life cycle passing, and as a agile life cycle, the test automation execution start very early whenever we are getting some build from the development team. Okay, so this is our actually criteria while in agile life cycle are characterized by short and rapid test cycle and the frequent change requests we are getting in our development side, and also test automation plays a crucial role in software testing because number of times we have like to retest our application. So in agile approach, the automation will be purely help us to execute our multiple test cases in a small time frame or multiple time execution, and also we can maintain our script very easy way. Okay, so this is our test driven development, also behavior driven development also in this framework will be covered. So test driven framework means we went to avoid wasting time of debugging or improving quality code, increase the confidence. For that purpose, we are using TDT before writing our test. Before writing a script, we define our test cases. What are the test script, and according to test script, we can plan it out, and accordingly we can write our script. And also there will be behavior driven testing framework will be there. So behavior, what is our behavior of our application? How can we write perform our application? So that thing also we can analyze in our execution side. Then we can move to our creating a framework. So BDD is actually TDD plus automated test acceptance testing. Okay, so first we would like to write test case, then we can create our script, then we can automate acceptance testing also. So the TDD plus automated acceptance test, it's come into our behavior driven development. Okay, and summary. So this is our summarize section. Okay, so this is individual, you can say, for our testing concepts. Okay, now see, one by one we are looking our framework. Okay, so one by one we would like to look our framework. How can we design our framework? So like see, first we discuss about, so what are the function we have to create first. Okay, so I'm creating here one by one. I would like to tell you first modular framework, then we can go to our data driven, then keyword driven, and then hybrid framework. Okay, so one by one we can see. One second. For that I had already taken a file from my system. This is a file. I have to extract. Okay, so let's understand first what is our data driven. Also, I was told you last time uh, what is why we are using this data driven. So for that we can store some solutions here that yes. So for that we have to first is prepare one script. One by one we are looking. First we have to create a project. Okay, for our project we are creating like Selenium framework. Okay, you can just put a name of your Selenium framework. Okay, now in Selenium framework we are getting this thing. Okay, so what are the requirement? Okay, so before creating framework from scratch we are starting to create a framework from scratch. What need to be? Okay, so for that we have to consolidated document preparation. First write down all the steps, what are the requirement, everything you have to note it down in your text pad or any Excel sheet. So list down those things first. After that you have to start start to create framework, because I know multiple time creating a framework, so that's why I know the steps. But whenever you like to start creating a framework, so you need to uh, aware about all those steps and points. How can we create framework and which steps will be required? Okay, this is very important topics and a very important you can say model, how to create a framework in Selenium. And okay, so just look it very proper way. If suppose you not understand somewhere, so just let me know, then we can discuss about. Okay, so here what we have to do. So first thing, we need to create different folder. Okay, like say whenever, why we are saying, why I'm saying number of folders we have to create, because of, is in Selenium whenever we would like to execute any application, so there is only work with Firefox, or we need some jar files. Okay, we need some Selenium jar files to build Java with this. Okay, so for that purpose we require those things. So first one by one we are creating. So first we have to create a folder name put as library, where we can put all the jar files inside this. Okay, now again we have to create folder called drivers. In driver we have to store those Chrome and I driver. Okay, uh, so let's do that thing. How can we go the library folder? You can go to just press, we cannot directly paste here. Okay, when suppose sometime people what they doing, just go to the my computer, then putting found the jar file in his system, and getting the jar file from here, this jar file, and this is library folder. Now what they do, they just copy it from here and pasting, selecting the folder here and trying to paste this folder. Okay, so this is happening time to time, but not always. Okay, so avoiding those things, just you can copy it, sorry, go to the property of the folder. Okay, this is a location of your file, just copy it in resource section, then go to my computer. In my computer, what would just paste it in address path. This is your location, this is our Selenium folder. In Selenium folder we had created this library folder, okay, and also we have created this driver folder. These two folder we had created. And whenever we are creating a project, so as you know, the bin folder and dot setting folder, srs folder, and the class path and project, always it should be created with come into creation of our projects, Java project. Whenever we are creating a Java project, so by default it will be coming together. Now here in library section we require some more jar files, okay. So this one jar files we had take it out from here, the all the jar files from library section. And then also this two jar file will require in our this folder. Where is it? These are frameworks here, so we can just paste it here from here. And time to time also we require some jar files, okay, in this framework. So we'll see one by one. First we had created only this one, this thing. Now we would like to get a driver. So driver, where it is, this is a, and this is our chrome. So copy it and pasting to driver section, okay. So when you paste it, then close it, close this. Then what you do, you just refresh your project. After refreshing your project, you can see the driver we pasted there, it's come here, looking here. And library folder you can get here. Why we are creating library folder and why we are creating this driver folder inside this framework, okay. Before this earlier project we had taken directly those file, this Selenium, from our external jar file resource, like that. We are not created here any kind of folder in this project, but in this framework we are getting this kind of folder for library and driver. So this is creating because of whenever we are moving our this framework from one system to another system. Suppose I am sending this file to you, this project to you. So whenever, if suppose we are not using this two folder, okay, we can directly take those jar file from my system and driver also from my system. So it is always showing you your build path is not proper, your jar files is missing because of your path is not matching, okay. So for that purpose we are creating a folder and driver, like the library and driver, where we can paste those required jar files and the driver file. Now whenever we are sending to you, so this two folder integrated with your this project, Java project. And whenever we are copying this project, so with the project it will copy also this our driver and library folder. So whenever we are pasting somewhere some another system, so automatically you can get your library and driver folder, and there never asks you to missing your some jar files or file, like that. So for that purpose we are using this folder inside this project, okay. So now this one steps again, another step will be, we have to now see, right now we are just stored our this library folder and driver folder into the project, but we are not created our this Java project into, we are not integrated with Selenium. So for integrating Selenium, what we have to do, we can take this all jar file into this our library folder, where we can set a build path. So creating a build path, configure build path, right click on project, then creating a build path, then go to this till now. Yet till the time what we are doing, we just came to library tab. In library tab we are clicking this add external jars. Add external jars mean it will go from our another location from our project. Our project location is different, our jar file location will be different section, some another folder or some another drive, like that. But now we would like to use those jar file which is in our project. So for that we can use this add jar. Okay, so just click add jar. So whenever we are creating add jar, then it will be highlighted the selected project. You can see here jar selection wizard. In jar selection wizard, our project name is highlighted, our project name is selected. Okay, so when you explore your project name, then you can see all these respective folder which is like setting, driver and library. It is not displaying over this src hre, nothing will be there because this is not required. Okay, this is not required. So it is showing us with respective files which is required, like driver and library. So we are not required this two also, we just require this library folder. So when you click the library folder, select all. What you to do, just shift and page down button, you just with shift pressed button, you can just press shift button and then come down with page down button. Or you can how can you do in that, that's up to you. Just you have to select all the jar file in your system from this library folder. Okay, now then okay, after clicking OK, you can see here all jar file will goes to our this library folder in library tab. In library tab, you can see this is Selenium project. Then library folder inside this is this. So always you can get your this folder into your section. Okay. So this is your all jar file will be included to your projects. Okay. Now we are creating a test case. Now what we have to do, now we have to create a package called modular framework called class means I am using here like anything. Which class we have to use, which application, like Gmail. Okay, Gmail login or IRCTC login, anything. Okay, Gmail login are we using. Okay, now what we are doing, so first we have to web driver this thing we are writing. So what we have to do, just we can take it from this example because it will take some time. So I'm using this basic program from our concepts. So one second TVS, one second, I'm coming to you. Okay, give me 1 minute. Yes, Divesh.
Uh, Sir, when we did that uh, jar jar files in the library folder,
Mm-hmm.
in, uh, when we were doing previous programs, we were also doing the same thing. Na? We were adding files from that external jar
Where?
in the previous programs till now, whichever programs which we had done. We were adding jar files na, from the external jar option.
From here, XML.
No, like whichever program we did till today, we were adding external jar files also na, in that programs, in that projects.
No, 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 no. We had used our 8 jar file. We. I just told you earlier that we tell means this framework we are using our 8 jar files. In previous session, last class, till last class, what we are
We
doing,
were we
we
were
was
adding external jar.
no, no, no. I am using 8 jar.
No,
Using
no. Previously we were
yes,
doing
yes, yes. Previously
previous
we are doing add external jar, so it means
right.
add external jar will giving us some specific location. We can take
Okay,
those jar file from our system because our that jar file is not in the project, that is into our system somewhere.
right.
Okay, so from our system somewhere we can directly detect. So the path will be matching for our system. The path will always match. Yes, yes, both jar will be same. There no difference. Both jar will be
So add jar will add jars in the same directory of the project.
yes,
That's the
yes.
only difference, right?
Whenever you are clicking add jar, so that the project, which project we are working, so that project will be highlighted. Inside this project, you can just explore it, and here we had created library folder. So because we had already configured, that's why we are not getting library folder. Earlier you can see here library folder will be there, and from library folder we can take those and okay, then you can see all these jar files. Here you can see the path of the jar file. Selenium framework, this is our project name. Then inside this library folder.
So instead of adding a folder, library folder manually, we
Hmm.
can do it from here also, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, okay, got it.
Hmm. Okay. So see here. So this is called your modular framework, where you can only uh, prepare your script like this. This is coming to your modular framework. Okay, so also I'm not using all these things here, for I'm cutting some steps. Okay, so we are not validating here because I don't know how we can validate our script, so everything will be there in our previous session. So today just I'm giving you scenario. So this is our first we are getting our web page gmail.com, and then we can create click the next button. Then after that what is our next? So now when we are creating your framework, so at that time we you have to open your Firefox browser and Firebug. Okay, so the time you can get your particular element in the page, find element, and by dot id, like we are using gmail. Yes, okay, so I id, and there's a id like in gmail email id is like email only. Then here what we have to do, here we are sending the some username, like suppose we are using user 0121. This is our some account we are having. So again we would like to this next button we have to click after that, and then what will be there after that, we have to use password. So for this we have to change password, and this is suppose demo, this wrong password will there. Then this is our sign in. suppose this is our you can say one test script in gmail.com. Okay, now you can just open your Firebug. Just we would like to identify all the our ID is correct. Yes, email ID is email, next ID is next, then 0121, then press, come to password section, then see password, yes correct, and sign in, sign is correct. So whatever ID we are using here, next next, this is correct. So this is come to your modular framework. This is our modular framework example. So when you execute this, okay, test, oh sorry, we have not used here some annotation at the rate of test annotation is required. Okay, at the test annotation required, and at the after annotation, after test annotation is also required, public void undo close. Here we can write driver dot quit, and here we can just import our test.xml. So here you can just, okay, fine. Now you can just right click in your project and test as a test ng. So here you can see this is your modular frameworks. So modular framework will work like this. So everything will hard coded here and the step will be there. So this is coming to your modular framework. Suppose this is a one user. Okay, this is a one user like demo user 0121, demo user one, no password. For each user we require these 5 steps. And if suppose you like to check the sign in is correct or not, so we have to use valid password, then sign in. Then after that we have to click our username, and two more steps will be there. We just click welcome, then we can click our sign in button. So two more steps will be there. Then again we have to copy paste so all the 6 steps we have to require multiple times when you are having some multiple user in our system. Okay, this is executed. Yes, see this behind the screen it was executed. So you can see here the path test case is pass execution 01, one test case is executed, 0 fail, 0 skips. So this is our test script. Here you can see also the test steps. Okay, login test is pass. Now we would like to, what we would like to, we would like to parameterize. Okay, also you are saying that parameter like we just, or we would like to use some data driven test cases. So data driven testing or data driven framework when you like to use, so all this activity will be same, only the two thing will be changed. This is a, this will be changed and this will be changed, the username and password will be changed. How can we change it? How can we change it? So either that data will come from your uh, data either the data come from your excel sheet, or the data come from your, from where, normal normal you can say text file database, anywhere, from anywhere you can get. So for that when you would like to use this thing, so you can uh, use like here we just, you can just take it, and one second, one second. So here what you do, you can call as a username. What happened, it is not printed. Suppose we would like to take data from our excel sheet. So first we have to create one excel sheet. Okay, this is username, and this is a password. Okay, so these two thing we can call from here. we can define two variable, one a username and string password. And also this two thing, this username and password, this username and password come from where? Our data provider. So which is our data provider? Data provider equal to get data. We are using this get data. So for that, what we have to do? We have to create data provider class. We have to create one data provider. We have to create one data provider method in our this project. So at data provider, at the data provider, then public. So here what we have to do? A data provider, we are keeping name equal to get data, which is defined in, above the code. Then object, we have to create an object like, okay. Now what we have to do? We have to create some method like login data. Okay, actually it will take some long time, so what we have to do, I'm just taking this from my already created script once again. Just copy pasted here, so that's the button solution. Button solution, then as well as it to taxonomy. Because it will take some time to write the code, so I'm using already prepared script. Okay, what is oh my god. Got it. So the data driven framework will be help us to retrieve multiple set of data inside our framework. Okay, so till the time I am creating here one user name. Okay, and this is our password. Okay, so now see here, like user 0121, then here we can use like demo password. Then here suppose this is my user id. Once like this is also I'm using password like demo, and this is invalid password. Okay, and Divesh, I think Divesh is also there. So uh, one second, I'm not changing in this. One second, actually this will be help you to do this. We are not using here this thing. what we are doing, just we can, I am creating another class. Okay, that will be help you to understand what is our model framework, what is our data driven framework. Okay, so for that we can creating here, this is our data driven framework. So this T will be create, this is data driven framework where we have to create a class. Class is called Gmail login. Okay, again we have to push it and just copy it from here. So now see, we are getting the error in between because not selected some more. Okay, now it's done. So only the thing is required. What is required now? See, whenever you would like to use XML configuration with our uh, this Excel sheet, this is all are same. Okay, in our this Gmail login, everything is same, nothing will be difference. Okay, you can see here best URL, open next button, and everything will be there. Here also you can see here next best URL, then your email ID, next button, password will password, then username, this username, sign button, everything is same, nothing will be there. Only this data provider we are creating, get data object we have created is data login, and the where we are getting excel sheet, this is our excel sheet, sheet name 1D. So what we have to do, the path will be changed. Okay, so the name we are calling, this is suppose we are having two data only. Okay, these are our two data we are having. So we can save it sheet 1, we can save it where we like to save in your anywhere in your place. Okay, uh, so base 12 will be when you like to use your system folder. So I'm using inside the Selenium, and then our project name, what is the project name? Project name is our Selenium framework. So the Selenium framework is there, this is our Selenium framework. Selenium framework inside we would like to use sample, which extension, this is a XLS extension, this is a XLS extension with us, so we can use 203 XLS. Okay, so data sample data is our this, so this is our sample data, this is our data. Okay, now you can close it, this is on the Excel sheet. So here what you have to do, you can write here like system dot get properties, system dot get property. Okay, system dot get property, then user dot directory, user dot directory, then you can use your this path. Okay, dot xls sheet 1. So user dot directory means system get property user dot directory, it will cover what will be cover, it will be cover you, when you like see right now you are looking, so your exercise is not looking here. When you refresh it, when you refresh your project, then you can see Excel sheet will be inserted here. Okay, now when you like to see the properties of this Excel file, what is the location? Okay, so path, file path will be, what is the file path? File path is this. Okay, this is a file path. So whenever we are writing like this system.get property user.directory, it means it's covered like this. System.get property user directory means the project is stored someplace, so all this D drive where whatever folder is before the project name. Okay, and then file name, the file name we are inserting here. So all this project name, this will be shortcut of writing the data whenever we would like to paste our this project. So we do not need to put our path every time. We just like this, we type like this, and our application will be executed. Okay, now see, we are getting some error. We are getting here some kind of error, like see this import jxl.jar. So this excel.jar is required to read excel sheet into our Selenium and Java application. Whenever you like to read or write excel sheet in Java application, we require some jar files. So that jar files come from where we can get this jar files. This jar file you can download from your system. You just open it. You can just open it, google.com. I think this jar file is available in my I had already downloaded. So you can download from here the jxl jar. Whenever you just put it here and hitting the enter key, then you can see this is a file where you can get lot of jar files. In this location you can get lot of jar files. Okay, so jar files I think I am having already in my this project. This is the library folder. Inside this library I think I'm having jxl jar. Yes, this is jxl jar over there, so I'm taking from here. Okay, so otherwise you have to download your jar file from your system. So these are project, then here I'm just pasting it. Okay, this pasted. Now after pasting, we need to add the jar. You can download from here. See this download jar files. So download jar file, you can get all jar files a combination of class file. Okay, so you can go scroll down, then you can download this is latest version of your jar file, 2.61 2.6120. This is our latest file. Okay, so you can get all jar file, respective jar file, you can get from this location as well. Java, whatever Java jar files available in the place, that's a respective, that will be depend upon requirement. Actually there are a lot of jar files begin letter A to Z. You can see here jar file download A from Z, from A to Z. All jar file you can get and see near thousands of jar files, crores of jar files you can get from here. Okay, this is URL. Whenever you like to jar, so just come here and you can find it, and that jar file will be downloaded properly. Okay, now see, now our next step will be, we have added our first we have to refresh our project after pasting those jar file in library folder. Now again you would like to configure build path, then come to configure build path. Now again we have to click add jar. Now you can see live folder will be there, and only one jar file will be showing us, because respective jar file will be imported in our project. Only one jar file is pending. So whenever we are importing this and applying and OK, then you can see your error will be removed. Error is removed, and this is our external. So just we remove it. Okay, so this is uh, this is your data driven framework test. So what is this? Data provider, we are getting data from get data. What is get data? Get data is called login data, and where we are getting this data, this get excel data. Get excel data from where? Get excel data, this is one method where we are getting file name and our sheet name. Sheet name is one and file name is file name. Now here we are reading the excel sheet. Okay, reading the excel sheet, this is a file input stream method for excel sheet. This is a workbook, then sheet we created, then we can count the how many row, how many column will be there, and after that we are creating a loop for fetching the cell row 1, row 2, row 3 like that, and till the value of our data in Excel sheet. So the Excel sheet we are looking, this is our Excel sheet. We are not getting directly open it. So what we have to do, we just open with system editor. It will sometime you will get on those error. So first time whenever we would like to open this Excel file in your from your project, just right click and open the system editor. Then you can see your Excel sheet here. This is Excel sheet 1, and this here header name, then this header name, username, password. Then see your header and username ID is same or different. Okay, this should be same. Okay, there is no difference will between. If suppose there's difference, so we'll get error. Okay, this is our data driven framework. So now what you have to do, just you can try to run your test case. So you can see the data we are not inserting inside this program. This is not hard coded. Okay, the data come from our Excel sheets. So that is called, also this is called of parameterization. This is called parameterization. Okay, this thing what we are did here, what we are doing here, this is called data driven framework with parameterization. So this is come to a parameter. Okay, see one data is inserted, second data is inserted, and stop execution. Okay, so here we had written our test case, like say this is our test case, second test, first test. So two test data will be there, that's why it was giving us to do test. Do test means this is the first user, and this is our second user. So you can insert here lot of data. Okay, data will be different but your activity will be same. Okay, so we can avoid those kind of activity what are providing what is the disadvantage of our modular framework. Whenever we would like to two users, like see this is a single user, if suppose you like to use for this second user, again we need to copy all those steps and change this user id password from the second id. So we are increasing our code, increasing our line of code. Okay, so this is not good in a practice. And also you can see this is a username password, this is parameterization. But sometimes see you can see here this is the id, the function we are using here, this is a keyword, is a one keyword also we are using. Here we are clicking, here again we are clicking, so object will be different but operation will be same. Command will be same, like see this is a click action, click is a action, send key is one action, send key is one action. So action will be same but our object will be different. For that kind of activity we are using our keyword driven framework. Okay, so that's come to your keyword driven framework. So keyword driven framework, so keyword driven framework what will be required. So for that purpose, uh, Divesh, as you asked inside that, one second. Yes, tell me. Hello, 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 hello. Yes, Divesh.
Hello,
Yes,
sir. In that data driven,
hmm.
just you can you just show that code which we are using, like which we have written?
This Excel sheet reader.
Okay.
This is only Excel sheet reader. There nothing will be there. This is Java code.
But even then, I'll have to write all this code, na?
Yes, 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 yes. Only we have to pass. This is our XLS reader, this is XLS reader file. Only you have to put your Excel sheet path and a sheet name, which sheet name we are using, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, or a specific name also. Okay, so this is one thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir, one more thing. If I have entered now, we had performed this action by putting invalid data. Suppose if I had entered my valid username and password,
Hmm.
so suppose my user ID and password is entered first.
Hmm.
So it will enter my ID and password. It will accept my data and it will log in.
Hmm.
Then it will perform those steps. Then it will log out,
Yes.
and after that it will take the second set of data.
Yes, yes, yes. 1 second, I will show you that thing also. The so for that, see, right now we had used here this with invalid password. Okay, suppose we are using
Yes.
valid password. Okay, so for valid
Yeah.
password, we require here two more steps. Okay, here we require two more steps. Okay,
Which steps, sir?
which step for login, logout? Whenever we are using password, valid password, and sign in,
Okay.
then we require two more steps here for logout.
Yeah, yeah, right. Right.
Okay, so that thing you can do, the parameter will be always activated.
No,
Suppose
but I'm asking ki after logging through one user, then it will go to other user, right?
give me 1 minute, I'm showing you. This is a valid id. Okay, this valid id,
Right.
valid password. This valid id but invalid password. Okay,
Yes.
I'm showing you with valid, one valid and invalid. So Selenium training, we had checked it one with the logout section we had
In
tested.
our
No?
in Gmail program.
Yes, Gmail program. Yes, I think in logout I was give you code on this Selenium ID password sign in. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is our code. These two steps we have to enter here. This is the parameter. No? Yes. So here we require to add this. Okay. So now whenever, just you can look, watch it. Okay, I'm executing.
Yeah.
So you can see it will execute first valid user, then invalid password. Okay, browser launched. See, once browser launching, see the browser launched, then it will be, yes, come to Gmail side. Yes, see here, demo user 1 2, your password is entered. Enter to sign in. Here is sign in. Then okay, now it goes to your welcome. Clicked sign out. It sign out. Now it will again open your Gmail application. Might be it will get a fail because of this Gmail is having such operations. Yeah, failed. It will fail. For second step, it was failed because, as you know, yes, for second it is not find our this one. For this, after logout, our cookie will be saved. So we require some more steps. One more steps will require 0 1 2 1. Yes, 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 yes. So there are some more steps. Four more steps will be there. So now we have to write down those steps as well. So after that your second user will be, अरे यार ये तो गायब हो गया. So after that, so are you getting me? Yes. So you need to work out for that. Okay. This is for assignment for you. Okay. So this is your keyword data driven and keyword driven framework. Okay. So sorry, this is a modular framework and data driven framework. Now we would like to keyword driven framework. So how the keyword will be execute. Okay. So for keyword driven framework execution, what we can do. Okay. So actually that will be, now see what are these thing we did. Okay, this one hectic part you can say. Okay, so instead of this also what you can do, I'm using directly my code. One second, we can import existing program, then because it's a very time consuming, so I'm using directly my solution where I had created keyword inside this. So this is one solution. So for keyword driven, okay, for keyword driven framework we have to prepare this kind of script. Okay, same thing, architecture will be different. Like see, this is the xls export and file read. So this is our excel sheet reader I had created. For see, we are having two kind of data right now, two kind of format. One is format is like xls format and second is xls format. Okay, while we are using excel sheet. Okay, so but in this case I had created one xls reader. Okay, as you can see inside this our framework for data driven, in one class we had created everything different with method. There's a get access reader, data provider, everything is one class inside the one class. Here we had divided into different packages. Okay, so this is one xls reader, like read excel sheet file. How can we read excel sheet? So this is a file name and then this is sheet name. This is a file path come from our system. Okay, file name. Okay, so this is our reading the file. Now see how it will work. So what is the operation? Operation means what we did, we stored all object information inside one location. Okay, we stored all object information in one section. Like see, till now what we did, our object will be same. See, this is our object, this is our object name, this is email, next, password, sign in button. Okay, so this is our object. This is one text box, button, link, everything is object. Okay, so what we are doing, we are storing all object information in one place. All object information is one place and call as a object dot properties. This is created by normal text file. Okay, this is created inside this one package we created. Inside this package just right click and new file. New, it is not showing this, so other, go to the general and file, select it. After selecting, you can just put an object dot property name and then you can store this. URL is this, user id this, and password this. Value we are define the object name, username equal to email, password equal to password. What is this? This all are id of the page. This is username. You can see here, this is id is email. So id of email, what we are using, like username. Next button, this next id, this next. Okay, so we are collecting all the information, all the object information in object.property section. Okay, entire page. Now this is one section. Second, operations. Read those object. For reading those object, we had created one read object class where the property p equal to new properties. We are getting it object repository. This is a creating a repository. As you know, Selenium is no object repository. So for that purpose, we are creating one object information. Suppose whenever we require some changes, we need some change to object repository, only we can focus to come to object repository section and we change those particular element information. Okay, so that will be help us to do like that. Object information, we can come in here and change this, change. And for reading those object, what is the purpose of what. So for that we are created as a reader get object repository. From where? From this our path. So this is a path, means where is the path? Input stream equal to new file input stream. This is a file system user id, then this is our object repository folder. This our user directory is, told you, like system.get properties user directory will give you the path of our project name. Then inside this project we had created src folder. Then as inside this src, this is the object folder. This object folder inside we are having object.property file. So this is object.property file. Okay, now we are using p.load. What we would like to load? This stream, this object repository would like to load. Then return p, because this is a public class. Okay, so we are just reading this object from read object dot java class. And ui operation, so here we are operating those, we would like to operation, do some operation. So here what we have written, UI, this is come into operation section. UI, here you can get properties. P property we are getting from our object.property section. The property P come from our this read object dot java class, and these objects come from where? Come from this object.property class. Okay, now see, this is string operation. What operation we would like to perform? So this operation come from our excel sheet. Operation come from our excel sheet. Okay, now see, this object name, object type and value. Object name, object types and value. So what is the object name, what is the object type, and what is the value? These all parameter come from our excel sheet. Okay, is per our, like, see, this is our username password we had defined in our previous program for data driven. Similar way you can get this object name types from your excel sheet. Which excel sheet? This is your excel sheet. Where is excel sheet? This is your excel sheet, test case.xls file. So test.xls file will be there. So see, first time when we are writing like this, so this is not actual readable. So when what we have to do, just we can open it as a system editor. When you come to system editor, you can see here, this is your operation, this is a test case, this is a this is a keyword framework is called seat name. Okay, this is seat name keyword framework. Then this is a keyword, this is object, and this is object type, and this is value. This is a keyword, and this is a test case for login in application. And this is our keyword, this is keyword. What is keyword? I will tell you. What is the object? You can see here, object means username, next button, password. This object type, what is the type of object? So this is a username id. Username id is come from where? This is object username. This what is the id? Id is email. Then next button, this is next button. Password, what is password? Password id. So we store those objects per his particular object type like id, xpath, css, like that. So that will you can get from ui operation. So this is your operation, and operation it come from the bottom side. This is a switch operation. This is one is operation, which operation you like to perform. So this operation come from here in switch case. Okay, I will tell you this one once again. Then this is object name, object type, and value. Object names come from where? This is your object name. Object type, this is your object type. Value, this is your value. Go to url, which url? This url. The url come from your gmail.com. From where? That's from your object. Okay, those, this is a url. Now see, switch operation dot to uppercase. So operation switch case, as you know, if suppose we are having multiple number of cases, so we can use switch case. So what operation we like to perform, like click, type we are set as a set text checkbox, we are sending some value like type send key. Okay, go to url, get text, alert, wait, drop down, mouse over, drag and drop, anything whatever we would like to set. So that function, actually the keyword in our framework we would like to use, that come to your this section. The perform, what performance you would like to, the action, which action we would like to perform in our particular object, so that is come from here. Okay, so see the click event. The click event, whenever you like to perform, then it will give us driver.find element, this dot get object, this dot get object p. What is a p? P is your ui reader, this object reader. P means here it's come to here, and again it directly move to in this location. Okay, this is called p. Then object name, what is the object name? Then object type, which types? Then click. So it's come to in excel sheet this object name, then object type, then keyword, what keyword it will perform. So it will perform like this: set text, send value, value come from here. So this is one parameter. Okay, and this one our close. This is our case. Now see, what is our object types? Object types, it's come from here, which kind of object we are having. If object type equal to xpath, so we can give as a xpath, we can put here xpath. If suppose we are using id, so we can put here as a id. If suppose we are using class name, we can use here class name. We can use your name, css, link, partial link. So this will help us to control our page object. So Divesh, as you asked earlier, why you are using page object model? So this is the purpose of using page object model, where you can use all these element locator. If suppose we are using in our page we are getting name, so we can use name. If suppose we are using class name, so we can use class name. If suppose there will be id, so we can use id. If suppose there is no id, no name, so at the time we can use xpath. Okay, so this is a way, this is the purpose of using our different element locator and using our page object model. So this is, you can say here, the your activity will be same. Okay, your unique activity, your data will be different, but your also your keyword will be same. Like click, always you can write once is a click event you had written once, but this click event you can call multiple times. Once we are writing click here, and click, just we can call those click only, we can multiple times, just object will be different, your object will be different, and also their value will be different for particular text. Okay, so we are created as a unique keyword and multiple set of data. You can say here in hybrid framework, this is also called a hybrid framework because there will be combination of two things. Your data driven, data is multiple, keyword will be unique. Okay, operation will be unique, keyword will be unique, operation will be unique, multiple set of data will be there. So that is also called as a your hybrid framework. Got it? Got it? Once again I am executing it, then you can see how it will work. So for that, what we have to do, this is our test case. So this is test case execution, how our test case will be execute. So the test case will be execute like this. So here we had reading the test case, this user id, then keyword framework. So this is our test case. So you can right click and run as your test case. I will share you this file to you. You can just go through and execute number of times, see all the packages, all the classes very slowly understand proper. If suppose you are having some doubt, so we can sit tomorrow and discuss all those uh, any queries. Okay, so this is about our framework. This is called your multiple framework, you can say combination of frameworks. So hybrid framework, keyword framework, then data driven framework. So main purpose of creating a framework will help us to reduce our effect, eff- effort, you can say. See here, the Gmail account will be open. Here in test.xml you have seen invalid password. Okay, so only that single step site was created here in test data sheet. You can see here what are the steps will be there. New test case, login in application started. Login in application. Login in application, it's started. Go to URL. What is a go to URL? Keyword is go to URL. Which URL? URL. URL means gmail.com. Set text. This is a keyword. Set text. It's come username, user ID. It was printed user ID. Then click sign in ID. Then pass. So this is your test case execution. Clear? Divesh, hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, as you said, if we are using different object IDs, like we used ID, we can use class name, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
But we don't need to give their X path if we are using by different object IDs.
See, uh, like next button. Next button. This is next button. Okay. Now suppose I'm using XPath. This is XPath. I copy it.
Yes.
I copy it, and in front of this next button, I was pasting it. Okay. Save here. And what we have to change the Excel path. This is our next button. So here I need to define as this is the XPath.
So I need to make changes over here now if I'm
Yes, yes,
making
yes,
any
yes,
changes
yes, yes,
to an
yes, yes.
object.
Yes, yes. According to object you are using, which kind of object you are using, how you can identify those objects by id, by name, by xpath, what are your, whatever you are using, what you like to use. So that thing you can define here. And in excel sheet you can define this is xpath, this is id, this yes selector, what is. So according to this object type it is behaving, it is find this location.
Okay. Can you just show that object path method class file?
Object reading.
Read object.
So here this is, we had created one read object,
No,
property
no, no,
p.
not this one.
Okay,
The
UI
class
operation.
in yeah, this one.
So you can start, this is our UI operation, accept and next this driver UI operation, web driver driver, this keyword we created here, driver, then perform, this is our performance, what perform we would like to perform. Properties, operation, operations come from our switch case, object name come from our excel sheet, the subject name, this is the object name, and this object type, this also come from your excel sheet, then value, the value come from your excel sheet. Okay, and then click set text. Instead of set text also you can use here, if suppose you are confusing, so you can here use type keyword or send key keyword, whatever keyword you would like to use. So but only you can make sure the two, according to our the case, here we are using operation dot to uppercase, so always the case should written as uppercase. Okay, so when you are writing here type, so we have to change the set text as a type only. Okay.
Okay. And in that our Excel file, keyword
Hmm.
Excel file,
Hmm.
the column names which you have given like test case, keyword, object,
Hmm. Hmm.
that we don't need to define it in our code, right? It will automatically fetch it.
Is, yeah, defined. We had defined this one. See, which
Where
column we are defined. So this, see, this is object name, this is object type, this is value. These three things we define here. Then whenever we are executing, in executing case, we define those things here. See, see, we are saying that we would like to use our data from row number 1, and column number 0. New test start test.
so this code will remain same for all the Excel like data driven framework
Uh,
programs which we write.
yes.
So we can just use this code.
Yes, you can use this code also. And if suppose also for data driven as well, another one will be like this. Suppose this is one single example. There's no, I had created a Excel sheet the same like data driven framework. This is a data driven framework kind of concept. So here you have to use your sheet name, and this is normal. So if suppose we are having multiple set of data, this is base URL and then run mode. Okay, so base URL and run mode only. So how can we handle this? So for that we can require, one second, I'm using this one also only. This thing we can use for multiple websites. Suppose we are calling about, here is test case, no? Test case. So this is our test case and seat 1. Suppose this is seat 1. Okay, seat 1 is define our username password. Like, see, this is our bank name. Suppose I'm changing this name to www.hdfcbank.com, or you can say www.axisbank.com. Okay, and if suppose you like to only execute hdfcbank.com and you do not require to run axisbank.com. Okay, so this is also you can do according to your requirement. On this test case you like to execute, this is not required to execute. So in this case what you have to do, just get your base url and run mode. Okay, so base url come from your this excel sheet, and run mode also fetching data from here. So run mode is matching y, so it will come to this condition and navigate to particular url, this url. And if suppose it's not matching, then it's come to, it's not matching to url, and then it's come to here, and this is our listed down as we discussed last time. Find all the links and it will click one by one, get href. So this will be very long time process, so it will take long time execution, so I'm not using this here. I'm just commenting it.
Sir, but that whatever URLs we have passed and run mode, that is in the other sheet. So how will we tell the code to shift
This
to
is
that sheet?
seat names with seat name, this seat 1.
Okay, we'll need to pass the sheet name as well.
Yes, here you can see, here our path will be same but seat name will different.
Okay.
Okay, this seat 1, this seat, another seat. So whenever you would like to execute this website testing, then okay, then you can see your url will be open. Anupam, do you have any query? Hello. It's taking
No,
time.
right now it is going well.
Okay, so see here, it's loaded. Browser failed, I think somewhere, null exception, I think. Yes, unable to recognize beef exception. Okay. String excel jar file is missing. It is not, where is, one second, I have to check it, where is failure. uh, in our code is there some error. It was not there. uh, One second, I am using this same script to our data driven side. Okay, actually this is the data driven concept, what I'm showing you, multiple website execution. So just copy it and exploring to here, this data driven side. Inside this framework we just paste it, then you can see. Mm, the file path will be different. Okay, path will be different. Path will be different. What is the file name here? The file name is a sample data. We are using as a test case data. Okay, so we are changing this sample data, and instead of XLS we can use XLS, and this is our sample data. So sample data we can use sit2, and this is test case data. So using copy it and pasting to sit2. Okay, so you can see here we save it. So sit1 and sit2. Okay, so here we can change it to sit2. Okay, now see, we would like to execute, then you can execute it. See, the error which we have got it here, that was uh, valid error, because see, this is HDFC. Okay, and it was after execution is closed and Axis Bank will be not execute. See here, we define here two test case will be there. Two test case, one is executed, second is not executed. Here we can got a accessbank.com URL is not defined to test. Okay, because we had run was is n and run on y what's executed. Earlier why we got failure because of this, because of our extension. Our test data file where we are used here, the in here in multiple, so multiple website in this section, when you open it, then you can see there is our xlsx file. Okay, so here we are not jxl jar file we are using here. So jxl jar file is not supporting this file, this format. Okay, only it will support xlsx. Okay, so that's why it was not executed and we are getting a error in between. So just remember, we either you can use JXL jar file, you can also use POI Apache jar files. POI Apache is having lot of jar file. POI Apache you can download from Apache section. Only you can use POI Apache. POI Apache you can download. This will be XLS reader, so it will support your HSF and everything. It is supported by everything, so you can get a download from here. 3.120, like see, this is download section. In download section you can move out. So this is your target, this file you are in binary distribution. You can just download this 3.1.4. This is beta version. If suppose you like to take standard edition, so standard edition it will be here. Okay, 3.13 215. This jar file, this zip file you have to take it out. This is the Linux format. Whenever you are getting this tar.gz, so this come to a Ubuntu or Linux format, this for window. So you can download always this zip format, then extract it, then you can import in your projects. Okay, so this is over about your framework. Okay, let me tell, if suppose you are having any query, so we can discuss now. Will Meanwhile I will share you all this file to you, so you can practice in your home and your system, and also you can design some framework. So just before creating framework, just introduce some steps. First we have to create a framework. um, like test. First you have to create your architecture. First architecture, like see, this is a framework. Then if suppose I am talking about keyword framework, keyword driven framework, so you have to create a number of package, like there'll be app model, or first you have to firstly required or object. So first you have to create object section. Okay, after that object you require what are the another thing will be required. So just recognize that operation, test case and xls reader. So this one object created. Second object we have to create like for this is a XLS reader. This is the XLS reader. Then for what? Then we require some package for our operation. So this is our operation. Then we require our test case, where we would like to write our test case execution. Only the specific test case will be there, like registration, login will be there. So that this is, so this is the actual format of your uh, test case. Okay, so this is our different you can say operation object operation accelerator operation test case. This will be our test case. Okay, so this is our file format, and then two folder we require, library and driver if suppose required. Then xls xls file. So xls file you can insert into your project. You can directly copy it your project, then go to the property section, go to your resource section, you can get the path of the file. This is your file. So here you can go to my computer section, just paste it the path. You can go to your project location in your system, then right click and then excel create. You can, then you can create here one excel sheet. Here you can create as a new create as excel sheet. This is excel sheet you can create right now after right clicking. Then put the name of the excel sheet, anything you can put now, name like test case, test data, sample data, whatever you would like to put your excel sheet name. So you can just put it here. Then you can create some two new folder as I discussed about. One is for library section, second is for your driver. If suppose you like to use driver, so you can use driver as well. Okay, so according to this you can just finish it. After finishing it you go in your project and then refresh it. After refreshing you can see your all added jar file will be there. So this is the main architecture of your program, and according to this object repository you can put here right click and then new and object. You can here get other in general, the file, next. Here you can like or dot properties. Okay, or dot with properties extension, order properties. In operation, what operation you like to, UI operation and object reader, then test case, then xls reader. So these two three another classes will be required. So you can just take example of this package, and I will share with you this thing. Okay, and then you can do only you can create a 3 4 framework. I will assign you some project to you, which project you have to do, and after that we can discuss later on also, because this is main thing in our test automation. Whenever you start scripting in framework, that will be help you to grow in your career. Okay, so Anupam and TVS, I will give you two more assignment to you. First, you have to understand all this framework structure. Okay, once whenever you are getting some problem, you can mail us. I will revert you as per our ability, and also you can finish on this assignment. What assignment I am giving to you? You have to finish till 15th of this month, and after that we can discuss also. So two project I am giving. One is for Flipkart and second is for IRCTC. Okay, so for Flipkart, these two we have to create assignment. This is you have to create a framework for this Flipkart and IRCTC. Okay, so for both model you have to complete one login for Flipkart and one end-to-end product order. Okay, one end-to-end product order and one to one this login. And for IRCTC you have to create a account, login, Create account means we do not create valid account. Only you have to, as earlier example I told you, till that only you have to enter your all detail instead of user ID and the captcha. We do not enter. Only you have to fill the form. Okay, and after that, one valid user, invalid user. Okay, anything you can put it out, and after that, yeah. So this is the two frame for this two, and for Flipkart also this two. So two example I am giving you for IRCT and Flipkart. So for you have to create a two framework. One is for Flipkart and one is for IRCTC. Okay, for IRCTC filling the form for create account section, and one is for your login section. Okay, so these two project you have to create and you have to submit us. Okay.
Suppose, sir, we are stuck anywhere in between while doing this, then what we need to do?
Yes. So if suppose you are stuck somewhere in between, so you just mail us. I will revert you. And if suppose you also, I'm saying, if somewhere you are stuck, so give me proper uh, explanation about the error, or you can just take it screenshot of the particular location, and then I will solve it out.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir, had one doubt in that previous code.
Hmm.
Suppose if I want to extract data from two different scenarios, like one is for login with different users.
Hmm.
After that, entering values in the form
Hmm.
for different users.
Hmm.
So for that, I will create uh, two separate files, or I can create in one file with two different sheets.
We you require two separate, see, one second, I'm giving you, like, see, in this case, seat will be same, only your parameter will be different. Parameter will be different means your row is different.
So I will have to use that get Excel data method twice, right?
Twice, thrice, multiple times.
As in and when I need to fetch data from the Excel columns,
Yes,
right?
yes. See, this is your Excel sheet. What happened? It's not open. Open with system editor. See, this is your Excel sheet. Okay, and here
Yes.
suppose username will be there, and this is the password will be there. I am creating account. Okay, and this is the first name, this is last name, and this is email ID, this is a mobile number, like this. Okay, now what will be there? Just you have to, this is our header, fifth row is our header. Okay,
Right.
and this is our data. So data 1, data 2, data 3, data 4, like that. And just,
Yes.
so you are using single get text data, and it will be row by row, it will be come to execute your script. So it will take entire detail from row 1. So this is your field name, this is your field name, username. So username it will be enter, password enter, in first name enter, last name enter, email enter, mobile number submit. Then again come to our registration page. Then for second row, first row is completed, it will come to second row, there will be for loop. So your get excel sheet single, that will be single.
Okay. But then how it will get to know like which username is for which user ID?
That will be come to your object repository, na, that's come from your object repository. Always it is user will
Okay.
be go to your object user name field.
So like now, as in, uh, I can use this. I can define like multiple column names in the same sheet.
Yes.
Like now, suppose in this file we have put one column header as base URL and run mode, right?
Yes,
Then
yes,
there
yes.
is other column username password. We can define it in the same sheet as well.
Yes, yes, yes. You can define it, no problem.
Okay, okay. I thought we'll need to create separate sheet or any
No,
separate
no, no,
file
no,
for that.
no, 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 not required. You can control it in one sheet only. If suppose you not
Okay.
controlling it, so you can making with twice, thrice like that. Otherwise, you can
So if I'm using another sheet, then I'll have to use that get Excel data method again, right?
no, method
Not
will be
required,
same.
but
Not required. Only you have to define the sheet name.
okay, okay, okay.
See here, whenever we would like to use, this is our test case. This is the test case execution. Here or here you can say multiple test case here. Just we can use this method. This will be your
Yeah.
multiple time you can use this.
So this I'll have to use again, na, if I'm
Yes,
passing
yes,
it
yes,
some
yes,
another
yes.
sheet.
Other set, yes, yes. For this thing, but you can use this login data will be different. The method will be different name.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So any more query?
Sir, is there anything like page factory method?
Page factory is like your page object. Page factory similar to your page object model, but there is some difference. Real example, I have to check it out. Real example, I will tell you tomorrow. No problem.
Okay. And sir, if you want to like once we do our test execution by
Mhm,
writing script,
mhm,
if we want to generate reports, then
mhm.
what we need to do in WebDriver?
See, one report whenever you are we are using test ng. Okay, so in test
Okay.
ng, this is our one report. Okay, this is one report. Yes, good question. Actually, I was forget those things. I would like to explore this thing. So after execution, okay, this is our test case. This was our test case. So uh, one second, I 11 10 44. For report generating, I will give you tomorrow those information. Okay, how can we report? So report generally, I will tell you how can we report generate. Report generation for that we can use Ant. Okay, we have to use Ant as a build tool, and this build tool will help us to. And also we would like to use XSLT report. So XSLT report. This will be our report generation will help us to create a report. So XSLT report will be uh, give you some specific report to the user specific. Non-technical person also understand our report, how much test cases are passed, how many test cases failed. So that thing you can get from here only. Yes, yes, this is this. Like see, this one report some come from somewhere else. Okay, this is a different test scenario according to our test scenario, and this is our report. So this kind of report you can get in your scripts. Okay, so I will tell you tomorrow how can we report this kind of one report you can directly get from after execution. This is one report. So this report whenever we are talking about, so this is come from our data multiple tests so this is our multiple. See, whenever executes completion completed, you just refresh it. After refreshing it, you can get a test output folder. Okay, this test output folder you can see the index.html index.html somewhere. Where is it? Yes, this one. So index.html just get the property and get the location path and paste it to your any browser. Okay, any browser like Firefox or Chrome. Then you can see here this is your do test, how many test cases are passed, how many test cases failed. So according to yes, login creation also will tell you login creation. How can we create a login? All the login, like, see, this is the console. In this console, whatever steps you are creating, this console is come to your logging section. Log4j method will be there. So, like, at runtime, what are the activities performed by the system? Okay, everything should be captured by system. That's come to your log4j method. Okay, so the log4j, how can we create a log for our execution, and how can we create a report for our execution, final report? So that part we can cover tomorrow. Okay, meanwhile, you can execute this thing and get a normal report like this. Okay, also you can see this report from this one, your browser section. So browser section directly you can get in this section, this XPath also, this inside this tab. Here you can get a path of the file, and one second, it's generated the report. It's generating report, one second. Yeah, see, this is a test engine report. It is yeah, see here, this was two test case was passed. Okay, again you can copy it, here. Same report you can get into in this section as well. See here, so test case was passed, like, see. So test ng will provide us like this normal report. This report all this report is only control as the XSLT report. XSLT report like this. Okay, so here you can see how many test cases are passed, how many test cases fail, how many test cases are skipped. I think there is some problem in Eclipse. Okay, so some requirement will be required for creating XSLT. Okay, for XSLT report, whenever we would like to create, so the requirement will be ent in your system. Okay, first is required is ent. Second requirement is jar files. Okay, XSLT also this is required. So XSLT will be one your XLS report generator and XML. Okay, there will be restart program tries. Okay, so some more requirement will be there. Only 2 3 will be required. One is Apache ent will be required. Then your XSL report generator jar file will require, and some more jar files. So we'll see tomorrow how can we create a report.
Sir, when can you send this framework code for
Tomorrow,
this?
tomorrow. I will holy consumers. I will cover all things in one project. Okay, this is your one project. I just shown you how we create a project, how can we execute. Also, I will integrate our report generation in that framework. Then I will send you tomorrow after completion of our class tomorrow. Then you can start your scripting. Okay,
Okay.
because if suppose I am sending today class, and after tomorrow, so that will be create some gap. So that will best way to send you consolidated framework, which will be cover everything, like how our structure, how can our report generation, how can we create our logs. So everything will be there in one project.
Okay.
Okay, okay, fine. So see you tomorrow.